This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This your boy Black Magus, and back with another Black Thoughts. Keeping it on a sports theme right now in the return. And today, news came out that the Houston Astros are under investigation for stealing signs. Apparently, this isn't something new. They've gone under these allegations before, but things have now heated up as a former catcher of theirs has come out and openly said, I'm sorry, not catcher, I think he was a pitcher, Mike Fairs, came out and openly said, like, yeah, they did things to steal signs, such as use cameras. There had been, talk for a couple of years about how people have noticed signs of them cheating, either by them whistling or clapping or making certain noises. And a lot of teams have officially protested them. The Yankees, even this year, apparently the Nationals were warned by other teams to watch for people in the stands and to watch for the clapping and the whistling and stuff like that, because they're well known to be doing these things to relay signs. Now, for those who don't understand what the fuss is, what's going on is they're being accused of stealing signs. What does that mean? In baseball, when a pitcher is about to throw the ball, he looks into the catcher to get a suggestion for a pitch. The catcher will use his fingers, put, like, say 1 for fastball, 2 for curveball. He'll put 1, but he'll put it to the left side for a curve. He'll put 1, but he'll put it to the right side for slide, and so on and so forth. Every team formulates their own way of coding it. It's not like a set rule book of what a sign means, but basically through hand gestures or certain other gestures, a catcher relays to the pitcher what he wants him to throw. The pitcher either acknowledge it or quote unquote wave it off. In other words, disagrees and waits for the catcher to either give him another sign, or he'll just totally ignore the sign and throw what the fuck he wants. That's happened a lot with some of the more top tier pitchers who are just like, yeah, nah, you telling me to throw bullshit. I'm just gonna throw what I fucking want, and I'm gonna get this guy out. Yeah. So, but anyway, so normally if you're a batter, you're facing the pitcher. You can't really see. There have been some people who tried to cheat or who have been able to cheat by kind of like glancing down and catching a glimpse of the catcher's fingers. But at the same time, unless you know what he's actually calling, unless you know what these gestures are, you're still guessing. So it's not like a batter can really steal signs with a high frequency to be super effective. So herein lies the problem with the Astros, which, they might have somebody in the stands. They might be using cameras in their stadium and getting a feed into their locker room or to somebody who they have on the team staff who's relaying. It's like, seriously, this shit can get really, really deep when it comes to stealing signs. Could be using a third base coach to look down the line and then quickly relay it. I mean, there's all sorts of ways that people have stole signs in the past. And I guess that's what partially brings me to the point of, while I think this is kind of fucked up, Bush League, and kind of cheap, I can't sit here and honestly, I can't honestly fry them like a lot of people. I know if you're a Yankees fan this year, you're thinking yo, what if they were stealing signs? We would have went to the World Series if they didn't. Get that. You're salty anyway because your team lost. Even though I feel like the Yankees were going to lose that series anyway. Sorry. I know I'm a Yankees hater, but I got to be honest. Take away my, how I feel about the Yankees. I felt like the Astros was the better team. And in a lot of cases, a lot of us feel like the Astros was the better team because look at their talent, look at their pitching, look at their hitting. Good Lord, that team's stacked. Which makes this whole, like, stealing signs thing kind of more gross to me because it's like, yo, your team laden with ridiculous bats. Like, they don't just have people who are just good at hitting for power or just good at hitting for average. They're just good at getting on base. You know, they're just good at, you know, driving in runs at certain situations and things like that. No, they have a lot of fucking talent that are overall good at all of these things. From 1 to fucking 6. Hell, no, from 1 to 7. Because they fucking batted Carlos Carrera at 7th because he came back from an injury. Carlos Carrera's batting 7th on your team. Carlos Carrera's a hell of a hitter when he's healthy. Shit, even when he's not healthy, still like I still wouldn't want to pitch to that guy. Like, nothing but people who can hit for average, hit for power, driving runs, run bases well. You know, not necessarily great base stealers, but they run the bases well enough to generate runs. All that shit. They're ridiculous. Like, fucking, like, think about this. Like, they come to you Springer first. Second, they might throw Altuve at second. Usually they put Altuve at second. You know, third, usually either pick your poison. You're either gonna get Alex Bregman, Mike Brantley, in like more healthier cases it was Carlos Carrera, but you could flip him because now you got fucking Alvarez, you know, the rookie who just won Rookie of the Year. So it's like, yo, you got an interchangeable 3 to 6 right there, you know. And then you got people who are on the bench like Diaz and fucking shit like, come on. They're really, and I didn't even talk about the catcher who's catcher's pretty decent hitter. He's not the greatest average hitter, but he's got pop. Like, yo, and then I totally forgot Gurriel, who's another fucking, like, they're ridiculous. Then you got Verlander coming at you. You had Garrett Cole coming at you. Fucking hell, that team. So them stealing signs, it's kind of like, yo, why do you need to do this? Like, you've already got a wealth of advantages. So yeah, it's kind of cheap. But again, I cannot sit here and just bash them as harshly, even if they were to just smash a team that I like. Like, they lost to a team that I root for because I live in the DC area, so they lost to the Nationals. If they would have beat the Nationals and I heard this, I can't rightfully just sit here and be like, oh man, they cheated and all that, and they're the worst and all that, and I can't believe they would never do that, because truth be told, this shit happens way too much in baseball. Happened through baseball history. And yeah, people complain about it, but at the same time, a lot of those people, a lot of those teams that complain would do it if they had the opportunity, probably. A lot of those fans who complain, if their team did it, they'd be like, huh? You know, it's a part of the game, because sadly it kind of is. I mean, go through your baseball history. The shit is ridiculous. Stealing signs is like, it's kind of a baseball tradition, sadly. Like, you don't believe me? Look up the shot heard around the world. If you don't know what the shot heard around the world is, it is a game that I can't remember the year because I wasn't born there, but I've heard about it so many times, where the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Giants at the time, were playing. They've been heated rivals for years, and this was a grudge match. This is the game to send, like, to win the pennant and all of that in the National League. And Dodgers are winning. The pitcher comes in, Paul Branca, I think it was his name, and he's facing Bobby Thompson, the third baseman for the Giants. And through the miracles of miracles, Bobby Thompson hits a game-winning home run, sends the Giants to the fucking World Series. Everybody's like celebrating. It's the greatest thing in Giants history. You know, if you've ever heard that, like, radio saying, Giants win the pennant, the Giants win the pennant, the Giants win the pennant, that's where that's from, because that dude was that excited after Bobby Thompson ripped that shit. Now, flash forward to, like, documentaries about this, and you find that
a lot of people felt like the Giants actually had someone sitting in stands somehow relaying the signs. So when Bobby Thompson hit that pitch, he knew what was coming. It wasn't like a fluke thing or a he guessed right. Mind you, it could still be that, but a lot of people will argue with you that the Giants had somebody sitting in there relaying signs somehow via maybe radio or I don't know, some type of like way. But a lot of people contest that greatest history, the greatest moment in baseball history, would have never come about if it wasn't for fucking cheating. And again, it's a part of baseball's fabric, sadly. So yeah, I think they're shitty if they are indeed cheating, but people cheat baseball a lot, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's not a lot. Maybe it just seems that way, but you know what? At the end of the day, what did it get them? At least this year. A couple of years ago, it got them good. Got them that World Series, but it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out. Will they be punished severely? I don't know what the punishment could be. Like, I don't think baseball would revoke their championship if it's found out that during the World Series in which they won, they cheated. MLB don't strike me as that type of league. They say they're not the NCAA who will fucking do that shit to blight you and spite you in a heartbeat. But I don't know. I mean, but they should be sanctioned. They should be fined heavily. It's ridiculous, but again, it's sadly one of those oldest tricks in the book that goes with baseball. So, I mean, hey, you got caught though, so you pay the price, which is good. At least they got caught, or they're maybe caught, so they'd have to pay the price if this all shakes out to be true. Anyway, as always, you guys feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll holler at you later. This your boy Blak, and I'm out. Deuces.